And then
Hey guys, I'm Ant.
friend.
And I'm Mike.
Welcome to another episode of BAM. I think this is our weekly roundup. That's what we're doing. I was gonna say
What is
Talk
it?
Soup. That's a totally different show. That's not even our show.
You're a weekly roundup.
Welcome to the weekly roundup, where we take news that happened last week and we finally talk about it. How about that? So today we have a short list for you guys. We'll be talking Kevin Feige, the god of the MCU. He was just talking about Defenders, Eternals, Spider-Man, some things like that. Black Superman, Latin Supergirl,
What? Okay.
and Army of the Dead. That is who's making that movie again?
Zack Snyder on Netflix.
Zack Snyder, the king of dark movies. So when I say dark movies, I don't mean like morbidly dark. I mean like they're shot dark. Kind of his style, his thing. But yeah, so that's for our show today. Thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, or dislike us if you want to.
Yeah, we got that one. We got that one dislike.
Okay, you can put it there. Thumbs down.
It's
okay. It's there. Use it.
Hate is gonna hate.
It's all good.
So, Kevin Feige, he was talking about Eternals, which is currently getting a big buzz right now, saying that it's one of the most different Marvel properties ever shot. Has the potential to be one of the craziest. Last time I heard that, they were talking about Guardians of the Galaxy, which turned out to be an amazing property. So are we going to get something like that? And is this going to be one and done, or are we going to see these guys in future properties? So that'd be kind of cool to see that. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I don't know. Is this like a Titan battle? I mean, what is the whole thing? I mean, what are we really getting into in this whole series?
I mean, so the Eternals were humans, ancient civilization of like humans with like superpowers before humanity came into known existence, I guess you could say. And their main enemies were the deviants, which Thanos is a deviant from Titan. It's
Titans.
so much to go into, but yeah.
It's not like the Galactus Titans also? I mean, like,
I think this would be a very cool way to introduce the next Marvel threat, which is probably going to be Galactus. Because if you're going to do Thanos, then I don't know if you can top Thanos, so to say, but you want to get something that's kind of on the same tier. And who better than Galactus, the World Eater?
I mean, you could tear them up together, but Thanos is still ultimately probably the worst villain you could put in this whole series. I mean, he kills everybody at one point in different ways,
But Galactus has had his series where he is the end all be all.
And you got to bring.
You kind of want to make it. I would say you kind of want to make it, but if you're going to lead up to something that's similar to the threat that Thanos brought in, then you have to bring something like Galactus, or even someone like Annihilus, or even an Asgardian god, the god of fear. I say Zeus.
Odin.
I can't believe I forgot Odin. So yeah, I mean, if there's going to be the next big baddie of the next few phases, 4, 5, 6, because apparently they got movies lined up to like 2030 or something like that. So if there's going to be like one big baddie, a bad guy that this is working towards, then it has to be someone big. Or you can just, every, I guess, phase do a new villain. Because I know Kang the Conqueror has already been cast, so
Ant-Man.
he's a potential. He's a big threat. So like, who knows the direction that they're going to go in? Kevin Feige, not me.
So
They could still do AIM or MODOK. You can still get in there.
So it says Marvel Studios Eternals features an exciting new team of superheroes in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Ancient aliens who have been living on Earth in secret for thousands of years. Following the events of Avengers Endgame, an unexpected tragedy forces them out of the shadows to reunite against mankind's most ancient enemy, the Deviants.
Oh shit! All right, so I was wrong. I thought this was going to be a prequel, like taking place thousands of years, but
They'll probably lead into it though. It's probably like one of those.
This is
like
taking place in the
flashback
current
things.
timeline right now, which means that these characters are definitely going to appear in other properties now. Like, you don't do a Marvel movie and say, yes, sign me up for one. You don't do that. Like, those contracts are like, yeah, you're going to do one Marvel movie. You're gonna have 4 appearances in this movie. You're gonna do a Wheaties commercial. Like they signed you for so much.
All right, so
Hell,
then you're gonna see. Well, they did say Thanos is coming in. That was supposed to be a given. You're gonna be seeing Thanos in that
maybe
series.
a young one, you know, a little flashback, have baby Thanos, you know,
So
and maybe they'll do
he's
like
not
what,
always dude. From birth, this guy was a
if they
menace. He
show a
like
baby
kills his own.
Thanos,
Well, did
then
he kill
maybe
his
you'll
own
see
mother?
a time traveling war machine who wants to.
Doesn't like he kill his own mother or some shit?
Thanos,
Thanos or his father or something? He kills his own father and mother, doesn't he?
I think so, yeah.
Because his mother tries to kill him. I think his mother tries to
Fratricide.
kill him. His mother tries to kill him, and then he goes and kills his mother. Like, it's craziness.
This is a darling child. So yeah,
Well,
Kevin Feige,
because he's like, this guy is sick. He's like the most. That's why I said he's the most twisted of all villains. That's why
I wouldn't say twisted. He has a certain ideal that he lives to, and he's super infatuated with death, which wasn't a storyline they fully explored in the MCU. In the comics, you know, he actually, when he says he's courting death, he's not lying. Like, death is a female skeletal chick. He's in love with her. So they didn't explore that in the MCU, but they did kind of explore his infatuation with death, and his whole mindset was to save the entire, you know, galaxy or the universe. I got to kill half the population. You know the story. Endgame, we watched it. But yeah, they did release pictures of the full cast of the Eternals all suited up. Looks cool, you know. I'm excited for that. It's going to be a different property. If Marvel could take Guardians of the Galaxy, which was an obscure name, no one knew about him. Like, if you read comics or saw some of the cartoons, maybe, then yeah, you knew about Guardians of the Galaxy.
They seem to be able to just pick anybody and just make it awesome.
Marvel, like the MCU has this formula that they follow, and they just check off the list. You know, add a little humor, add a little serious, add another character from another series. They do all these things, and it works. You know,
And a buttload of action.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2 hours, an hour's worth of action at least.
So yeah, excited for this. If it's going to do the same thing Guardians did and put the Eternals on the map, then yeah, let's do it. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has had a fumble yet. They may have stumbled a little bit in certain properties. Iron Man 3, Thor, The Dark World weren't the greatest movies, but they did lend to the greater narrative. I think though what we're going to get is a pretty cool property. So yeah, excited for that.
Angelina Jolie is in it.
I know.
Salma Hayek.
Angelina Jolie, okay. Salma Hayek speaks to my heart.
You got big names there. You got some big names in this movie.
Yeah.
And it seems like every year more big names are trying to get themselves in these movies.
I know, right? It's the in thing to do now. It's like, all right, back in the days, every actor had to do a Western movie. You had to have a Western movie under your belt. This is that era now. We're doing comic books. So every actor wants to be tied to a comic book movie. It's prestigious now. Some directors might not think so, Scorsese, but it's the cool thing.
Hey, listen, we all love Scorsese movies, though. Let's not you know.
Yeah, you know, some classics. The Irishman was just too damn long on Netflix. Ugh. But yeah, talking about Netflix, The Defenders. Now it looks like all the Netflix characters have reverted back to Marvel ownership. So what are we going to see with those characters? You have Punisher,
Daredevil,
Iron Fist, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones. So all these characters are now back with Marvel. So what are we going to see? I don't want a recasting. Even though he wasn't the greatest, I'm probably going to get I'm going to get flamed for this. But the dude who played Iron Fist...
Don't say... Oh.
No, the dude who played Iron Fist, give him a second chance. Get him an acting coach. Get him a better someone to choreograph his fights a lot better, because you can't blame all of that on the shoulders of the actor. He's given something to act. You know, that's it. It was the director who sat there and said, "Looks good." So give this guy these things.
Apparently,
and maybe he'll do better.
He didn't have much. He didn't have much stuff to go on. So
I am the immortal Iron Fist. That's all he was doing.
Everything was last minute, you know, script.
Yo, you have a whole comic book series. What are you talking about? Well,
Yeah,
they didn't give him any material, but this guy could have like researched himself, researched his own comic.
All right, but
yeah, but you go
ultimately
through,
the director's going to tell
episodes.
you,
You go
yeah,
through, scripts. You work you work scenes out and stuff and moves
I guess
and
he just
fighting
doesn't. He doesn't know
styles
Hollywood
and
yet. He doesn't
he,
know how to. He doesn't know how to work with Hollywood yet.
no, but apparently, like that's how they ran it. It was like, okay, you're gonna fight today, and you're gonna do this, and then you learn it that day, and then just do it right now. There was no like practice, and
What?
him. Yeah, there was no training. It's just like, oh, here, learn that, and then we're gonna start.
But I
see
didn't watch
that's
that series.
that's bad business right there. You don't want
Which is
your
surprising for
primary
Netflix.
actor, the to kind of just like ad lib a fight. Like, no. Imagine if they did that shit with Winter Soldier. That's like my favorite MCU movie right there. And because the fights are so well choreographed to the point where Josh Whedon had to go back on Age of Ultron and rethink how he approached Captain America. Because when he saw what the Russo brothers did with that movie, he was like, yeah, their version of Captain America is like way better than mine. I need to kind of think how I want to approach this. So you can't have that. Now, I know production values are vastly different between movies and Netflix show, but still, there had to have been someone there who could have been like, okay, let's choreograph this a lot better than what we're seeing. Because I know for a fact, Daredevil, those fights were amazing.
Oh yeah, those
So,
good fight scenes. Punisher's
know-
fight scenes weren't even that bad too.
Oh.
I mean, Luke Cage's fight scenes weren't that bad. I've seen some of those fight scenes, but he's all just punching and but that guy was throwing everybody everywhere. But they had to choreograph it. Somebody had to do something there.
I read something that he wants to keep John Berenthol as Punisher.
Of
Yes,
course, that's a no-brainer.
Right. Charlie Cox, Daredevil.
Okay.
of course.
He's a lawyer. Who's gonna
And apparently there was a casting call for Spider-Man for a court scene. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't want to know. I'm so happy.
See what I got to work with here, people. You see what I got to work with these guys.
So yeah,
you
going
like it?
into Spider-Man now. Big reveal with the name. It was kind of comical how they did it. I think a day apart. The first day they had 3 names listed. That was like I forgot the.
Who's it?
It was like stupid names,
Phone
but
Home,
Phone Home.
Home Slice.
And then the very following day, the I think a teaser was released with them walking out of the office and saying, "Oh, they gave us another fake name." And right in the background, you saw it, "No Way Home," which has me nervous for the sole fact that this is Tom Holland's last contractual obligated movie to appear in as Spider-Man. He did say if they wanted him back, he'll be there in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I just hope that this doesn't end with the Spider-Man characters stranded on another universe or not another parallel Earth. And this is their way of separating.
Which is Sony's timeline now.
Yeah, like this is their way of separating him from the MCU, so Sony can continue their own timeline with
Put him
Venom.
in Morbius. Put him in with Venom.
Yeah.
What's going on with that Morbius? What's going on there?
I want to see that.
It looks. I mean, that is a big part of the Spider-Man, but I mean, that's just what's going on with it. I mean, it's up and down, isn't it?
I don't know.
No, it's is
Waiting.
it finished shooting? I think it's everything.
It has to be. It has to
Right.
be. I
I
mean,
don't see it in the timeline though.
trailer came out a long time ago.
No, it's not on the it's not on the timeline because it's a Sony movie. That's why. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean,
No
but
Way Home.
Michael Keaton was in it.
Michael Keaton, who played the Vulture.
He was in it.
you know,
in
I
his,
still want them to like
Prison
put
getup.
all that. They need to keep Spider-Man and make Sinister Six. They just need to. They need to.
And I think that's what
Well, all
Sony's
right. So with the
slowly
amount of
working on.
with the amount of characters that are rumored to be in this new Spider-Man movie, it looks like it's going to be the Sinister Six.
Jamie Foxx, Electro, Alfred Molina. I said Jason Molina the last time. It's Alfred Molina as Doc Ock. Then you have Vulture, if he's going to come back. Morbius.
Morbius is one part of the Sinister Six. No.
But Green Goblin was
Mysterio.
rumored.
Where's Mysterio? They got to put
Green
Mysterio
Goblin,
back in there. Then.
Mysterio might come back. Green Goblin was rumored to be in the movie.
Yeah,
So
Green
we
Goblin
might get
too.
we
William
might get
Dafoe,
the Sinister Six movie.
But then
Like I said, I'm just
who's
scared with the
with him?
title of the movie. No Way Home kind of implies that I'm just scared that by the end of the movie with because Doctor Strange is going to make an appearance in this movie.
I mean, then he's
These
done.
characters,
What are you
these
gonna
characters come
do?
from different universes.
He's
I'm
done.
just scared that at the very end, Peter Parker's
I
going to
mean,
get
it's done.
stranded in one of these different alternate realities, and
Is
he's
this
no
done?
longer part of the MCU.
I mean, there's still some time to wrap up filming.
Listen,
In
Disney
Spider-Man,
needs.
and the movie comes out in December, so we have a while for them to, talk with Sony and be
I know.
like, hey, and keep going for future Avengers or whatever they want to throw him in.
I think
There's
it
still
just
a lot of
works in
time to
Sony's
extend.
favor to share the rights. You'll make so much more money.
Yeah.
They're
Exactly.
hung up on making their own universe. Stop it.
They should just
Stop it.
I
Give
mean,
it the rights.
he said that like they've come to terms now. They've come to agreement. They're not, going back and forth and arguing with each other anymore. Like now they're good. So
Kevin Feige needs to go up to them and be like, "You playing with my fucking money?" Just some straight gangster shit.
Well, I don't. If all the movies coming out, everything that's coming out, I don't know where they're gonna tie him again. I think he's really that tied
Who knows?
partially to. I mean, unless you're putting him back with one of the Avengers, unless you're gonna put him as one of the Avengers,
exactly.
Or
like the future Avengers, whatever they're gonna do with that.
or this can just be a clever way of
Fucking with the
Disney.
fans?
No, yeah, but this could be a
Speculations.
way of Disney differentiate, like just saying we have our own version of Spider-Man, and now they can do their own version because there's multiple universes.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that's the end game right there, where they're like, no, we're gonna keep our Spider-Man, young Tom Holland. You're rocking with us, Sony. You'll still get a cut, but know what? You can do your own things, and because we established that there's different universes. If they can do that, then fine. I really like this kid as Spider-Man. I grew up with Tobey Maguire as my Spider-Man, but I kind of threw him out the second I saw Tom Holland. I was like, he fits what I kind of envisioned young Spider-Man being like. So, I don't know. Let's see. Hopefully they go that route. I really hope this is not his last appearance as Spider-Man. But then again, this kid could be signed up for 10 more movies, and they didn't even tell him that because he spoils everything. They gave him a blank piece of paper, said, just sign this real quick. He had no idea what he was signing because he spoils everything.
Like Monica Rambeau, the actress, she went in for an interview for a casting call. She didn't know what it was. She just read lines, and then 2 weeks later, they called her back and they said, okay, can you change this and do that again? And they're like, okay. She did that, forgot about it again, and then they said, okay, you're going to be in a Marvel movie. She's like, wait, what? I interviewed for Marvel?
Can you imagine, like, you go to audition, right? And it's like, you think you're doing like audition for like a My Lancer commercial?
Right.
Then you get a call back. Yeah, so we didn't tell anyone that Chris Evans is actually doing another Captain America, one who has the Red Skull's daughter.
Crazy.
But
Army of the Dead. You have some choice words.
all right. So the trailer.
Okay.
I saw the trailer. Zack Snyder did actually come out with a zombie movie that I like. It was the remake to, what was it, Dawn of the Dead? The remake.
The Army. Yeah.
The running zombies.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I like
Dawn of the
Dawn of the
Dead,
Dead. It was cool.
Yeah.
I'm seeing Army of the Dead, right? I'm like, oh, cool. Like, takes place in Las Vegas, so it doesn't have his usual color palette. It's literally bright. You have some cool actors in there. Looks like it's gonna be a fun time.
He describes it as a zombie heist movie.
That's my problem with there. All right, with that, a zombie heist movie, fine. Why are you stealing money in a zombie apocalypse where money has zero value? If you're stealing,
That was the original story. That was the original part to the whole thing. They were doing a heist in the beginning of the movie because that was what they were doing. That's why they're in Las Vegas. That's people. That's why they're in Vegas to do the heist.
I don't think so, because that trailer and there's so many zombies and Vegas looks a little run down at that point. That can't just be like Vegas on a Friday night, just run down looking like that. That looks like this. It looks like there's a zombie apocalypse going on, right? And they're like, "Yo, let's go rob Vegas." What is the rest of the country still functioning? Do $100 bills still matter to someone? If there's a zombie apocalypse going on, I'm gonna want food, guns, and shelter. I don't give a damn about money. Why are they doing a heist? Why is money more important? It makes no sense.
That's true.
Money holds zero.
I
Money holds zero value right now. All
I didn't
right.
even catch that. I just So I was like, oh, cool, he made a new movie.
Money has zero value right now, meaning that that dollar bill represents gold that's behind the money. But once there's like an apocalypse situation, money has no value. Supplies have value. Skills have value.
Weapons.
Well, maybe it's not a money. It's a money heist, right?
It's a
Like,
dude. It's in Vegas. A money heist.
Yeah, but
Bro,
I don't
like-
know what else is there, but maybe it's a different
Unless
type of heist. I
unless
don't know.
it's like a millionaire that's got some kind of like hidden tech that they're trying to take, or some
Maybe-
kind of like
Maybe they
hidden.
were trying to get the Snyder cut because he put that in there. He put all the film. He put the cases of the film on a shelf in the safe. So there's a scene where like it's like it shows like the safe is open and they're all standing there, and then on the inside you can see that there's like film, a stack of film, and that's his.
So this is actually the true story of how we got the Snyder cut. In real life, they're not zombies. They're just a bunch of crackheads out in Las Vegas that they had to fight through.
Well, I mean, this one is for him. This was the one that he did after he left Justice League. After a while of not doing anything, he went back to it, and he actually filmed it himself. It wasn't like his vision and having a cameraman or something. He actually filmed things himself, and a lot of it is practical also.
I hope the movie's fun.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a fun film to watch. Just the premise. If it's actually like a heist movie, then, that story makes no sense for me. But you're not setting the bar high with zombie movies, given the fact that Resident Evil is like the last zombie movie that really came out.
Not really. There's a lot of zombie movies on Netflix. If you really look, there's a lot of like Asian.
I'm talking about like feature, like film.
Featured film, yeah.
I feel like
maybe he's trying. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to get something else with zombies.
I feel like it was more of just like trying to go back to something he liked doing or wanted to do. So
like I can understand like the appeal of it. Like, like the zombies are not the main focus. They have to go steal something. What does Vegas have? Boatloads of cash. But then like the end thought is like, what do you do with money during the apocalypse? Like it doesn't have any value no more. And they were going there to distill like super soldier serum. I don't know, like something that's like important.
Maybe there's some kind of like weapons or something they're trying to go for.
Maybe
they're going there to steal toilet paper. It's toilet paper.
That's
yeah.
Right?
Like
they all got the coronavirus, and they got to take a lot of shit, so they all got to steal all that.
We realized that during an apocalypse, toilet paper is essential. So they're gonna get the bread and milk and toilet paper. That's what they're going there for.
I don't know, man.
Maybe it's.
I don't know what. I haven't really agreed with a zombie movie in years. I don't know.
Listen, it's gonna be on Netflix. I don't have to pay extra for this movie. I'm gonna watch it, and then we'll probably talk about it here and we'll laugh at it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you can watch it and then talk about it. I'm not watching that shit.
Mike's like, my time is valuable. Damn it!
I'm not wasting my time on zombie movies. It's always the same shit.
But what if it's actually good? What if it's
great? You tell me. Then you can tell me if it's good.
Listen,
maybe I'll watch 10 minutes.
I just know one thing. It's a Zack Snyder film, so there's gonna be slow mo.
Yeah, you're gonna see somebody getting eaten slow motion.
Yeah.
You're just like a bite, like
somebody running, like he's slow motion running, probably. I think they did they do that with Dawn of the Dead? I think they did that in Dawn of the Dead with some slow motion running and shit.
Probably.
I gotta
just like how
rewatch it.
JJ Abrams always puts the lens flare on everything.
And Michael Bay blows everything up. Like they all have their techniques.
Exactly. They all have.
Yeah, they need to leave this technique alone and stop with zombie movies. All right, come out with some structure. Zombie movies is what are you trying to do? You trying to say that the vaccine's gonna turn people into zombies? What are you doing?
All right, so we'll do Black Superman then.
Cool. I'm for it. Now I know I had some words for the Latin Supergirl. It wasn't that I had a problem with there being a Latin Supergirl because they're all aliens. They don't have the same races as us. Like she's not in Krypton speaking Spanish, My issue was people were making a big deal with, it's a Latin actress. All right, cool for her. But I want more representation from my people in the extent of have more Latin characters, in the MCU. Bring Yo-Yo, who was a Spanish mutant, I believe. That's what I want to see. A Black Superman? Sure, bring him. There's been a Black Superman in alternate universes. You have Steel, who is a black guy, I believe. Don't make him Clark Kent.
There is another Black Superman. It's Calvin Ellis. So
make him
L.
Make him that guy.
Okay,
He could be
Make him that guy.
Kal-El, but a different Kal-El.
he's from a
Okay.
different. He's from alternate universe. All right, let's do that.
Okay.
Like
Which is fine.
because
Yeah, I'm good with that.
back when the rumors were going around that you had Donald Glover as, people were like, make him Spider-Man, make him the new Peter Parker. It was like, why? There's already a black Spider-Man. Let's go with, let's do that route. Let's not look at these characters and say we need to reinvent them. There's plenty of other characters who you can choose from.
Okay.
Yes.
Now,
Just put them out there. Put out the
Alright.
character. Use the names, the storyline. Use that.
so
They
now
can do it.
with the thing that was mentioned, Netflix whitewashing, swapping out Asian actors or characters for Caucasian, and other various instances where they swap out characters for,
Death Note.
African American playing who's supposed to be like a white character, like a Hawkman. Hawkman is created as a white guy, but
He's a bird with a white body.
but I mean he's the casting they changed it. So what's the difference with that than the whole thing that happened with voicing characters? Because there was a thing with the Simpsons with Apu, because it was a white guy voicing him. Big Mouth, there was a white girl voicing a black girl character, and they took out those actors. They swapped those actors. I don't know about the Simpsons, but I know for Big Mouth it's just a voice, and that it was created. So what's the difference? So
I think
so there's a Latin actress playing Supergirl who is Caucasian, blonde, and blue eyes.
now I think representation is important, but also you have to realize that in acting you're portraying another person. Now there is a certain extent you can portray a person to, like
It's a fake person.
in certain instances you have Caucasian actors portraying Spanish people all the time, and it kind of goes both ways.
Is that what you're doing?
As far as like voice acting goes, I don't know. Like
voiceover is a voiceover. I mean, if you could pull
all right,
out an
so
accent.
two things: the actor you were talking about from The Simpsons, Hank Azaria, talented guy. He also voices like 20 voices on The Simpsons.
Exactly.
So he's not hurting if he's losing a character. Fine.
And
I can understand why
so does the
people
guy
want some
who plays Homer
representation.
Simpson.
Yeah, like I can understand that people want some representation. So you want to get an authentic Indian guy to maybe voice it. Fine. With Big Mouth, maybe you're gonna give some other voice actors opportunities, then yeah. But there is I don't know, it's a certain length that you
I just
you
don't
have
understand
to like
it.
stop at.
I
like
just
you
don't
said-
understand. Like, Brian is a white dog. Okay. Who's going to voice Brian from Family Guy?
Has to be
Stewie is a baby. So who's going to voice Stewie?
an Englishman apparently.
You know what I'm saying? I
Well,
mean,
I don't
it's
feel like
weird.
the
Even with
voicing
Cleveland.
matters.
Even
I
with
feel like
Cleveland.
the voicing don't matter. I really don't feel like if you could pull off the voice they're looking for, then do it.
They're fake characters. It doesn't matter. It's not like
Exactly.
you're portraying somebody.
But if
It's
you're gonna
weird.
throw in,
So, like, what if
Yes.
Robin Williams with the genie? You're going to fucking cast a real genie to play a blue person?
you got so many cartoon characters. You got animals, cartoon characters. What are you gonna do? You gonna go get a bird?
What
You know what I mean?
what about the
Scooby-Doo,
genie?
A dog?
Actually, the
Scooby-Doo?
genie was portrayed by Robin Williams, right? And then they redid it, and it was Will Smith. So Will Smith was casted for a white, replaced
a
a
blue
white
character?
actor's, character
blue-
or whatever.
A blue spiritual being? I mean, what is that?
I don't know, like the line has to be drawn somewhere, but I do feel that people are kind of overextending, and
Yeah.
I'm fine with representation. I want to get more people of color in Hollywood, fine. But with that being said, as far as when you're playing certain characters, like if a character is traditionally a Spanish person or a black person, all right, fine, cast a black person to do that role. Cast a white person to do that role. Don't look at a character and be like, you know what, let's shake things up. I know that this person is usually white. Let's bring some color on it. How about you just don't use that character? Why don't you look at the plethora of other characters and say, you know what? We don't need to use Hawkman. Let's use Blue Beetle. That's a Spanish guy, right? All right.
They're doing a
Do
Blue
that.
Beetle
Going out
movie.
with something. They are using him in something.
They're making a Blue Beetle movie.
Yeah.
Let
And a Spanish
let's
guy
get
was cast as the director.
good. But I'm just saying, like, let's be smarter about the representation as far as don't rely on characters that are already established and just try to shake things up by, you know what? Let's do a black Batman, but he's still gonna be Bruce Wayne. But
I feel
like,
like
no, like right now, I
Yeah,
believe in the
that's
comic books they are doing a black Batman. He
yes,
is
but it's
the
not
next
Bruce
Batman.
Wayne.
Let's go with that character. All
There's
right.
two Batman. There's Bruce Wayne, and then there's another Batman. I don't know. I don't want to ruin it for people,
But what I'm saying, but that's fine. If there are the characters, do that. But you see, I feel like Batman opened that stupid gate. Like they just want to do now 15 different Batmans. Okay, they usually use the white man, but now they have 15 different Batmans. So now they want to throw in now because they want to make it. They want to like brighten the audience. So they want to change the race of the character. Don't do it. I mean, it's fine if you want to make a character, make it over again. Start the new story. They
It's
have them, like you said. I agree
it's
with that.
all about inclusion and making sure everyone feels like they're included in these stories, which I'm totally for. But there's so many other characters that you can choose that are, who are black, Spanish, other character, ethnic characters that you can choose from. There's like that. You don't have to just keep on recycling the same characters over and over. Like I don't want to see Spanish Spider-Man like Peter Parker. Like, no, I don't want to see that. We already have a Spanish Spider-Man. Let me see his story.
yeah.
Just don't take the established character and just put a different color palette on him and expect me to be happy with that. Like, no, like give me something original. And that's
Yes,
it. That's
I
all.
agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
That's it.
I feel like that would appease everybody. I don't understand why they're trying to appease people with same storylines. And the fact that matters, you see how the Marvel is. They're using a multitude of characters.
Well,
Keep using different characters. DC needs to start doing the same. Multitude of characters. Because there are, like you said,
I feel like
almost every race
I
is
feel like
used
they've
in some
stuck to it.
character.
I feel like they've stuck to it too. Like whoever plays that character is that person who
Yeah.
is that like that
Do it.
ethnicity.
Yeah.
But Supergirl could be. It's in the Flash movie, so that could be a different iteration of her, from a
Listen,
different
no,
timeline,
but you know what is also this girl complexion is not exactly like very very dark complexion. You need to go a couple ways with it, but
oh, listen,
listen, they want to use
we're
it.
not saying everyone on Krypton is white. They can have
No, I
multiple
know,
races. Who knows? But
I know,
I'm not gonna watch another damn MC movie until they get a real raccoon to stand there for Rocket Raccoon. That's it. I'm done.
right? What about Groot? They gotta get a real tree. I want a tree in there. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Justice for Groot. All
I
right,
want
guys. That's
I want
time.
authentic aliens.
You know what I mean?
Real
I
alien.
want Thanos to come from the sky and really be like, yo, it's me.
I don't want Josh
What?
Brolin as Thanos. I want real Thanos. All right, he's out there. Find him. And then